Okay, I've added the different elements to these slides now, and we'll go through them one at a time.
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
So the first element I've added is some text, and this text just fits over the top of this slide, and it basically reflects the voiceover artist, what they're saying on that part of the actual video. So it raises the question, do you want to sell your property quickly at the highest possible price? So it's a very positive message that people will see at the beginning of the video. And then the next section, if you remember, it goes to the dark background, which is the big multinational estate agents that people feel uncomfortable about dealing with. And what I've done with this slide is that I've made it basically float backwards into the background. So as you can see, as I pull the cursor across, it makes everything get smaller, which means that it gets less significant. Now, as we come to the next slide, I've done the opposite with this. I've actually made this slide get bigger. So as you see, as I pull the actual timeline along, you'll see that the picture gets closer to you. So into the next slide, this is the actual sales agent. Instead of putting any transitions, I've added a speech bubble, and that speech bubble simply says, yes, my aunt lives down that road, see you in 10 minutes. And that reinforces the message that the agents are local people who know the local area well. Now, in direct contrast to that, and we've got the contrast of the blue background as well as the contrast of the character within it, we've put a thinking bubble on this one, and that one says, yes, more commission for me. He's rubbing his hands. All he's interested in is a quick sale. And that again is reflected within the narration from the voiceover artist. So from the villain to the good guy, we're back with the sales rep and another speech bubble that actually says, congratulations, they've offered the full asking price. Another direct contrast from the previous slide. And then finally, one of the last slides is where we show that Peak Estate Agents introduces their sellers to 1,500 plus interested local buyers and exposes them to 22,000 monthly views on their website. If you remember, I left this space here clear so that I could add these bits of copy to be introduced within the video timeline. And then finally we get into the outro, as I call it, the logo at the end, and we add in there the telephone number and then the website address. So if I quickly drag the cursor through this, I won't play the voiceover because you'll be able to see this finished video. If you go into section 2, the case study for the local estate agent, you will see a lecture called Bonus, the finished estate agent video with voiceover and graphics, and that will show you the entire video in finished format, saved as an MP4, but I'm just going to pull through this now and show you there the wording appears, and then the next section, and then this section comes through, all visually stimulating, then the actual speech bubble, and then the unscrupulous estate agent thinking about his profit only, and then the good guy again congratulating a customer on selling their house at the full price, and then the features of 1,500 buyers on a database and a website that gets lots of views, and then finally the call to action, and that's it, complete. So as you can see, a very strong visual representation, and when you add to that the voiceover of the script that we wrote at the beginning of this process, you can see that you've got something that's very, very effective. And not only is it effective for conversions, but it's also effective because, you know, it doesn't cost the earth to produce something like this. So that's the end of this video. Remember, go and have a look at if you haven't already seen it, go and have a look at the finished video, and that will put everything into context. Okay, right, I'll see you on the next video, and thank you for your patience.